Hi, my name's Evan, and did you know that earlier this year, Twitter had a data leak containing the information of 3 billion Twitter accounts? Wow! Yeah, that's a crazy thing that definitely shows how safe Twitter is for keeping your information. But there's one other important detail that I feel like people are kind of missing here, and that is the number. 3 billion. 3 billion is half of the Earth's population. How does that happen? They're half the world's on Twitter? No, they're not. There's 300 million Twitter users that are human beings with beating hearts. So where does another 2.7 billion come from? Well, my dear viewer, dare I say, artificial intelligence. Let's turn some lights on. See, Twitter as a website, alongside other websites like Instagram, even YouTube in some cases, and TikTok, you could even argue, thrive off of interactions. They thrive off of you using their website, interacting with it, scrolling, seeing ads, getting them money, and continuing the process, so on. And there are various strategies that these websites utilize to keep you at attention. They want this. I mean, they literally hire psychologists with the intention of knowing the exact ways to tweak a human's brain to get them to keep using the website. And one of the most visceral emotions to keep people intrigued is anger. The internet wants you angry. Do not let it. Because every time that you get mad, every time that you see a comment that makes you mad, see someone say some abhorrent bullshit that makes you pissed off, and you respond to it, another penny goes into Elon's pocket. I would say another dollar goes into his pocket, maybe even tens of dollars even per comment. Because these people, every time you're interacting with the site, show advertisers that the site is being used and that they're worth advertising on. And so these CEOs will utilize this. They'll hire bot farms, which I've seen video footage of these things. I put them in one of my recent videos of just screens of like emulations of iPhones with Twitter open, which is hundreds of them with ChatGPT writing AI. I would not be shocked if like 40% of the global ChatGPT usage is just dedicated to running these bot farms, because all they're doing is spouting the most abhorrent dogshit garbage imaginable. And with that in mind, go to a comment section with these tools in your brain. Look at it and look at the way that some of these people type, some of the way that some of these people even speak on topics that are quite divisive, and how they don't sound human, or at least they don't sound like how a human would talk, putting like exclamation marks and like using punctuation on Twitter. Really, are you serious? Some people use punctuation, but still, it's a telltale sign that there is so much bloat, I guess, online with the intention of literally just making sure that you want to look more so that you can, what, change the mind of a random AI. There is also instances of, I've seen this weird uptick in people noticing, like, I don't know, people will make fake accounts where they look like they're a certain personality, like a certain person. Sometimes you can even, if you look close enough, realize that the people in the profile picture are AI generated, and they're saying the most abhorrent racist garbage imaginable. Now, who could possibly be saying these things? Someone who wants you to respond. Someone who wants you to interact with them. Don't even get me started on blue check marks. Because blue check marks, if you pay for a blue check mark on Twitter, that means that you get money every time someone looks at your tweets. So you'd want to, of course, be monetarily incentivized to make people angry so they respond to your tweets so more people see them. It's so simple and so easy to recognize once you recognize it that I need more people to be locked in on this. I need more people to essentially understand that the greatest form of resistance in the information age is ignorance. The greatest form of resistance for people like Elon running these websites that are dedicated to just divisiveness is to not give him the time of day. I, of course, am a bad example of this. I use Twitter. I still use the website. I still use Instagram. I use a bunch of social media, of course, because I am a content creator and I need my personality to be out there. And I also need to kind of stay up to date with current trends, which I'm using excuses. I mean, it sounds like an addict, but you have to understand that I get so joyous when I see people at my college who I ask them like, hey, do you have an Instagram or do you have a Twitter or something? And they say, no, I'm off social media. That's what I like to hear. More of that, please, because that is one less dollar going in the pocket of some billionaire out there who's just laughing and giggling with a pot belly, jiggling around and shit, because he made someone mad today. He made dozens of people mad today. Dare I say he's made tens of thousands of people mad today. And due to that, he's staying rich. And so, I don't know. There is, of course, going to be people out there who are ignorant. There are genuine, real ignorant people out there on the internet. But while it would be nice to inform them through Twitter comments and tell them, hey, the way that you think is wrong, you really think that, have you ever had your mind changed through a Twitter comment? Have you ever had someone respond to you on Twitter, if you've used Twitter, dare I say, I hope you haven't, and then been like, oh, that person brings a really good point to the table, and also I'm looking at their face right now and understand their emotional tie to this topic. Of course I'm going to change my mind. No! No one is changing their mind over Twitter. So don't try and sit here and argue with some either bot, random guy in a warehouse, like a sweatshop running a rage shop, essentially, or some 90-year-old grandma on Twitter that's like 1 foot out the door already. It's not worth it. There's definitely going to be some hateful people online, but let them sit in their echo chamber. The only thing that the internet has done, the only downside that Twitter is as an existence, is giving all the weird freaks of the world, who are like, not weird freaks in a good way. I'm a weird freak, but I'm saying weird freaks like racist assholes, horrible, hateful people. They've given them a town square to like meet in. So now it isn't just one freak in every town. It's like one freak in every town knows where to meet all the other weird freaks in everyone else's town. So they can all conglomerate and talk about why the moon's made of cheese. Bro, your brain's made of cheese. It's just like, recognize that a lot of the stuff that you see online that is designed to make you angry is purely that. It's designed to make you angry. And of course, I'm speaking from a left-wing perspective. There is also instances of this on the right wing looking in, where people like, I've seen one account that pisses me off the no end, Drama Alert. I don't know if you guys are aware of Drama Alert. It's Keemstar's stupid ass news account. He brands it as the #1 news account on the internet, but he gets like 30 likes a post, and he also is honestly half the time it's either news that happened 3 years ago or is just complete misinformation. Like, there's information I see sometimes he'll post like 7 in a row that are all like a video of a transgender person freaking out about something in public. And it's like 7 in a row. So now all the people who follow him see this and think, oh my God, every trans person's freaking out in public. No! There was literally a time he posted a video of like completely no context, like a fight that had already started, and they made the comment like, fight breaks out between transgender person and blank blank blank. Is the world getting more violent? Why would you add that? First of all, that's not how news accounts work. That's just straight up, that's pandering and pushing a grift, essentially. But also, it's like, people are going to see this and think worse. And then we wonder why people think so bad. It's these accounts that thrive off of this type of rage. Anyway, I just wanted to yap about this for a second because one more person knowing that the internet is out to bait you and knowing how to avoid it by either A, keeping this in mind when you see this type of stuff and ignoring it. Do not interact with these horrible comments, especially if there's a blue check mark. They want that. They literally, they get paid for it. Or B, did I say A or 1? I guess 1 and B, whatever. Just get off social media. Just don't interact with it. Stay on YouTube, subscribe. But also, I think YouTube, if anything, has probably the greatest refined algorithm of any of the websites I've seen so far, because of the fact that YouTube has existed for so long and it runs through Google, which is one of the biggest social media search engines as well on the planet. So it knows you, essentially. It probably knows you better than your grandma does. So, of course, YouTube's algorithm is quite well refined. However, it's still social media, and it's still an algorithm that still gets paid to push a narrative. Everything gets paid to push a narrative. So, literally, just if you want to learn something, especially, and a lot of people might wonder this, well, how do I learn the news if everything's trying to push a narrative? Understand that. Keep that narrative in mind. Keep the first thing you should do when you open an article, watch a video, or even read a tweet is, who is this person posting this? What do they like to know? What do they want you to know? And it's fucking falling apart. And what would they gain from you knowing this? With that in mind, just be a critical thinker. It's literally just that. It's critical thinking and knowing that into the future. Anyway, this video is getting too long. I just had to yap about this. You guys, I have to keep this in mind. So I almost ate you. And also, yes, this is yesterday's upload. I'm gonna upload another one for today. I might have played 8 hours of that drug dealing simulator. I'm a little addicted. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here and not play more of that. See, my computer's not on. I was going to like pan over and it'd be like open on a monitor, because I'm definitely going to play more of it. But anyway, I'll see you. Thank you for being here. My name's Evan. This controller's broken and I'm sad. Blame Ryan, and bye.